Good evening, everybody. What is going on? This is Jordan, also known as Kids Kapow Online, and I'm joined tonight with one of my good friends. Go ahead, Junior.
All right, my name is Big Junior, also known as Big Man, Big Man Junior OG online.
It's all right.
Motherfucker of all time.
It's a Monday.
Uh,
You guys are listening to another episode of 60 Entertainment Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. If you
yep,
could,
yep.
please do us a big favor and make sure you guys go download if you're listening on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Odyssey, or Apple Podcasts. Also, as usual, make sure you guys go join the Facebook, Sixth Street Entertainment, also the YouTube, where you guys can find the recorded version of this video, just like all the others. Also, find a lot of gameplay up on the YouTube. You guys could check me out on Twitch. I do a little bit of streaming here and there. That's twitch.tv/chittyjank, ChittyJank.
Mhm.
And let's see, before we get into this, how was your Thanksgiving, Junior? We just got through the holiday.
Yeah, it was good.
You
We had some stuff,
you guys have
and
hella food?
no, not that much. Not this time around. Usually we have like a whole lot. This time, not so much. But
Yeah.
still, it was so good.
Yeah, my Thanksgiving was cool. I actually spent it with Nick. Nick ain't here right now. Actually, we're recording this on a Monday because we were supposed to be getting to this yesterday. On Sunday, staying on schedule. The reason why we're doing it on Monday is to try and stay on schedule. But I had a hell of a shitty weekend, literally.
Yeah.
But my freaking main line in my house backed up, and unfortunately for me, my main line's in my garage, in the back of my garage, so half of my fucking garage was underwater, and was dealing with that for 2 days. So we had to put the podcast off a day, but
Yeah.
made it nonetheless, and got
Mhm.
the line fixed. Now I just got to do a fat cleanup this weekend. Um, but yeah, is actually with Nick was with Josh, and then you guys all remember Tony, who's on here from time to time. I think he's actually going to be on again real soon to talk about. I believe it was Fan Expo they went to, right?
Fan Expo, yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so.
So Nick went out to Fan Expo with those two guys. They were with a couple other guys. I guess from what I've heard, I just talked to Tony a little bit, and it was really cool. He showed us some pictures, a few things that he got, some of the artwork he got there. It was really nice. Um, it looks like it was something definitely worth checking out. Unfortunately couldn't make it, dealing with the
Me
whole
neither.
plumbing issues and stuff.
Me
Um,
neither.
but other than that, Thanksgiving was good. I spent it with Nick and then his family. They had a ton of food. They had freaking two different turkeys, two different green bean casseroles, mashed potatoes, all of the above pretty much. That was really
Mhm.
good there. After going there, I shot over to my mom's house. By the time I got over there, they had already eaten. They were done. Everyone was asleep besides my grandma. She was up watching TV. So I
Mhm.
sat and hung out with her for a little bit. And then, where did I go after that? I shot over, to my uncle's house
Yeah.
and hung out with him and got a plate of food from him and everything. And then made it back home. But yeah, and then after that, that's when everything went to hell that weekend.
Yeah.
um, But did get to get some games in.
Yeah.
Um, Saw a couple movies too. Saw a movie. Went to the movies with Tony. You knew about that, right? You knew we went to the movies.
Yeah, he asked me, I think the day before, if I wanted to go,
Oh, okay.
and I was like, "Nah, I can't. I'll have to do some stuff." And
I'll talk about the movie
was
later. I got some things to say about it.
all right.
So playing wise, let's see. It's I think I've just played like a bunch of little stuff here and there. I got into Evil Dead a little bit for like 2 days, but I played like a bunch. I think it was like on a weekend or Saturday morning or something. I want to jump more back into that, especially since they've done all the new updates. That's been pretty cool. Been playing both Demon and Survivor on there. I gotta say, both when I like I or I don't remember if I did say, but I remember last episode I was talking about I jumped into Dead by Daylight and I wasn't playing Survivor. Like that's all we used to play. Now I switched over and started playing Killer, and I've been doing really good with the Killers. Um, I thought the same might be for Evil Dead when we were struggling with Survivor. I'm like, fuck this, you can't beat him, join him, and switched over to the Demon. No, I get my ass kicked in that too. That's definitely, that one definitely has a learning curve to it. Um, and I haven't figured it out yet. And so I have been playing more Dead by Daylight. When me and Helen went up to Arnold, I was playing Pokemon Arceus up there, getting more farther into that. And I remember when I first started it. It was some episodes ago now, and I was saying it was like, I wasn't really sure how I felt about it yet, and I was still really early on. I still am really early on, but a lot of people like reviews and stuff I was reading, the people that were kind of about it, feeling the same way as me, the farther they got into it, the more and more they liked it, and so that's kind of I see it now. I'm the more and more I'm playing, I'm starting to see more what the game's about. I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool the way this is working out. Speaking of which, I can't say the same for what's the new one that came out, Violet and Scarlet.
Yes, it's Violet and Scarlet. Yeah.
Yeah, I got some news about that, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, Pokemon Arceus is going pretty good. And then I just jumped into a couple other random Switch games while I was up there. I was playing Warface online and Zombie Land. Jumped back into Zombie Land. Was messing around in that. And
Mm-hmm.
then let's see, on Xbox, I have jumped back into Cyberpunk 2077. I was kind of like one night. It was actually the night the whole plumbing thing happened. I told you I might jump on. I think it was Saturday or whatever, and the plumber didn't leave until 11:30 that night. And I was like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna get on and play. And I laid down to play, and me and Helen were sitting there talking. I mean, not laid down to play, laid down to go to sleep. And me and Helen were sitting there talking, and all of a sudden I was just like wide awake. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna go play a game a little bit. And I was gonna hit you up. I'm like, I don't know how long I'm gonna be on. I might get on and feel tired right away and go right back to sleep. So I didn't want to hit you up if I was just gonna be on for 5 minutes. I ended up playing till 3:30 in the morning.
No, I saw that. I looked at my thing.
Oh,
Bling
really?
bling. I was like, who the hell's online? Well, I look at you, and I looked at the app you're playing. I was playing
Oh, you
Cyberpunk.
should have texted me.
I was going to, but I was like, he's just probably just wants to play Cyberpunk right now.
Because I think I looked too, and I don't think you were online at the time. I was like, oh, he's offline. He might have been laying down or something already.
I think right when you did that, I think I just got off.
Oh,
I
all
don't know
right.
what I just got off. I don't know if I got off the computer or got off playing what I was playing. I don't know. It was one of those two. I was just laying in bed for a second, and then I just hear go bling. I'm like, oh, who's online? It was you. So, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I ended up playing hella late, and then Helen was up watching a TV show. Cyberpunk, I'm having a lot of fun with. I keep I feel like it's like GTA kind of to me. Like you can play it in like spurts, like you guys once you play it for a couple days or a few days, like a lot of hours, you got to put it down and take a break from it. But then you can come back to it in like a month and still just have like just as much fun. I'm doing that with Cyberpunk. I've been doing that with Cyberpunk, especially since the new Edge Runner mission came out. I just started that, so I really don't know what that's even about yet. But I'm still going around doing the other side missions I have, the gigs, because I beat the game and stuff. I was having a lot of fun with it. I went on to YouTube today, I think it was, and I was just kind of googling like what else is there to do in the end game of Cyberpunk? Is there something like I can grind for or work for? And disappointingly enough, I didn't like the only things I can find is you can save up and buy the cars. You can try and collect all the weapons, which I have a couple of pretty cool weapons right now, some of the iconic weapons, which I feel like I don't need them all because there's only certain ones I like using. I pick up all these guns and I just stick to like the same like 4 or 5 guns, so it doesn't really matter to me to collect them all. Um, and then to have the cars, I bought I think the two like most expensive cars, which are all I need, really. I don't feel like I need to buy the rest. So it's kind of disappointing to see it doesn't look like there's much more to work toward. I know they're getting ready to come out with that DLC that I believe is going to be a paid DLC. I don't think that's going to be a free one, from what I understand. Um, I hope there's a lot more stuff in that that'll bring me back to that game and have me grinding for something because I mean I was even thinking about doing it. Should I do another playthrough and choose a different faction? because I went with Nomad the first time. Maybe do the Corpo or something this time and see, because there is different endings for him. But even for me, like, I felt the story in Cyberpunk started out really good. I felt like it was pretty strong. Then they go and killed off Jackie, which, if you look at anything about that online, you know everyone was pissed about that. I thought he was one of the best characters in it. And I, like, when I beat it, I didn't even know I beat the game. I was like, what the hell just happened? And I don't feel, I don't feel like it was really, I don't think it would be worth me going back and putting those hours in to do that again, especially since I've been grinding this one, actually trying to do the gigs and side missions and stuff. I don't feel like I could start or restart at least over again now in that. What else? Oh, another big one, Call of Duty DMZ.
Yep.
So we jumped into that. I think we were talking about it were we talking about that the last episode? I can't remember if we did or not.
I think so.
That's been pretty cool. I like Call of Duty DMC. What I cannot freaking figure out to the damn life of me is on Warzone and DMZ alike, I cannot fucking drop people. And I watched the kill cam, like, when we were playing that one time, and I'm like, I think that guy just dropped me in 4 bullets. And I literally watched the kill cam, and the guy dropped me in 4 fucking bullets when I got armor on everything. I don't get what's going on. I do not get what's going on. I've heard a lot of other complaints about DMZ and Warzone and a lot of other, not just even that bug, but many other bugs that people have been having. So
I think it depends on what gun, because there's certain guns that people carry around like that. One match I was playing with Josh, a player was coming up behind him. I didn't know it was a player. I downed him with the EBR. I downed him with 3 shots.
really,
Yeah,
well, this
it
guy
weren't
had like a
headshots.
scar, and I was a good distance away. I mean, I feel like it should take more than 4 shots, especially since I dumped half a clip of I don't know what the gun's called, but it's like a PP-19.
I don't know. Like I said, I was on top of the roof. He was down there, and 3 shots, I took him down. And he pretty had much. I think he had armor too.
Yeah, I don't
With
know
three,
if I had
not,
the box, like I had to buy those armor piercing rounds, and maybe that'll help more because I never bought those and tried it. So maybe it'll change my mind. But I don't know. I gotta figure something out with that. But it's still having fun in DMZ. And I did see on YouTube today a video popped up on my like notification, like push notifications on my phone, and it was for some guy made a video. But I guess they had an update that was like, I guess it would have been around Thanksgiving or like on Friday or something like that. And I guess they did a lot of stuff to DMZ that changed a bunch of stuff. It said the guy in the video said it made it harder, but I didn't look at all the updates.
no. I played around that time with Josh and everything. It's just certain things are about it. They're like that. One thing: don't go exploring underwater because you die. You cannot be revived. You cannot be revived. You can't be revived by going down there and trying to hold X and try to bring him back up, or using the revive pistol and shooting him with it. It does not work either.
Josh,
Yes.
are you getting this?
Well,
I hope you're taking notes.
that's why I told him, that fool. Oh, it's an Easter egg. Like, fool, the thing is right there. We can just leave with the guns we have, the armor, and the backpack, and like that. And so we better set next time so we can finally do his stupid thing that he wants to do. But no, he had to go explore the
That's
depths.
not uncommon though. You
No.
remember it wasn't it DMZ? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
DMZ.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. We have everything we need. We're about ready to get out of there, complete our mission. No, we want to get the gun. No, Josh, let's get the gun next time. Let's get out with all our loot. It would make too much, or it wouldn't make any sense to go and chance our loot that we need to complete these missions. But no, Josh lives life on the edge. If no one takes anything else away from this podcast at all, take this away. Don't explore underwater.
Oh yeah. He was down there and he goes like, "Oh, and I'm dead." I'm like, "What? You're dead?" I didn't know you were
No shit.
like I'm gonna die so quickly underwater. I'm like, oh my god. I was like, oh, okay, freaking, and that. we tried different times and everything. One time we were underprepared, but I think I killed him. I killed the dude you needed to get the gun from, but he died, and then I died because I had nothing left. And I was lucky because I like found an extra mask. We only went with one mask because we thought we'd get it quick, and he was right there. One mask, I thought we'd find more masks, like abundant. It wasn't that first time. Freaking just only I found one mask, had a revive kit, so I revived myself up. We keep going, do that. He goes down. I go down. I revive myself up. I go revive him. And we're just going down like this, doing back and forth. That I'm like, and then I find another revive kick later on, and the thing looking in the things. It just was that, and then another time we're on the boat. Because we're gonna get the boat. It's because we're right by the water, and the dude came by the thing. We were like dumping him with the freaking 50 cals on the thing. And then he starts doing smoke and running away. Like, Josh, let's go get him. And Josh takes his sweet time, and by the time he's nowhere to be seen, and he goes down, I go down, and we die in there. And
Too
then there's
funny.
other times where there's safes around where you get a lot of money in, and they're kind of almost in the same spot. Sometimes they differ, but a lot of times they're in the same spots.
Yeah.
And we did that, and and then one time we're doing good, we're just gonna leave, and then while we're driving, there was like a whole squad of NPCs in the middle of the road, and we hit the thing. It completely destroys the car. We're both down, and I'm like, oh god damn it, and I got all pissed about that. I'm like, what do you expect? PC's gonna be in the random depending on shit. And the thing is, I found a revive pistol earlier, but I put it in stowage instead of putting it as my main one. If I had that, I could have revived me, revived him, and we probably could get out. And it was like, oh no, even if you revive, we would have like, what are you talking about? They weren't even shooting us. We were a little bit of ways. It was like the road right here, then a little ditch, then a little hill, then a little ditch, and then a little hill. We were behind like that, and I was like, oh, if I had switched it, I could have revived myself, get you up, and then we could have been out of there. No, no, crazy. Too bad I didn't switch it. I didn't think of that. But also, Josh, it's like, what you think? No NPCs are going to be in the road or somewhere? We're waiting right there. They're all we've seen the NPCs in
He's
freaking
obviously
strange
never played
areas.
Far Cry.
Uh, anyways,
Wait, which
we did
anyways, that's
that.
yeah. Besides DMZ, that was another game we were playing. Far Cry 6 got a little bit of that in.
Then we on that note, we did play. He got tired of that, so we did this battle royale. Just two of us.
Oh yeah.
We did that. We went freaking. We landed in the freaking. The first match we played, he's oh let's go to the airport. I'm like people are gonna be at the airport. I go in there. I'm on top of the roof and freaking on that place, and then boom, I get like the hunter bounty.
Yeah.
I was like oh great yay. I can hear him on the proximity chat like oh where are you? Come and shit. I'm like you guys have to find me. I'm not gonna look for you guys. Crazies. Then in that they did finally kill me on top. Josh. They tried to kill him, but they killed him. And so forth. And then I think I think he got brought back. We won the goulash. He got brought back. I didn't get through the goulash. That he was like going through and all that stuff, and I forgot how he died in that one. I don't remember how he ended up. I remember he was traveling, going. Oh, now I remember. He goes back towards the way they're going to be there. He tries to. I think he found a mortar strike. Try to do that, and then they found him and they shot him through the window.
He tried to go back and get revenge on the same people.
No, he was going that way because the circle was getting
Uh,
smaller. And then he goes in the house. When he peeked out the window, I see the dude. I was like, oh, there's the dude. But even if I said anything, he got killed. Like, how did I die? I was like, he was in the window. I thought you saw him. Anyways, even if they didn't, the whole other crew was coming up behind him and gonna get him anyway. So
Yeah.
I was like, you should not got close to him anyways, but whatever. Second time, we go to this one little area. There's people. I open the door. There's a dude right there. I'm like, oh great, he sprays me, kills me. Josh is over there, and I see more people coming in. I'm like, Josh, you need to get out of there. There's like another fucking him besides the other group. There's like another three squads coming in there. You need to get out of there. And he's I get brought back from the gulag. And then I see them coming because I was floating down. I'm like, hey, Josh, you need to get out of there. They're going to come and get you. They don't come and get you. It's a little shitload. There's a whole bunch of squads coming in. He's just being there. I was like, oh, whatever. Then didn't land in the same spot. I landed further down. I landed in the gas station, tried to find some guns or something. And I do that, and then the dude goes like, "Oh, you friendly?" And I can hear them, but I don't think I have the thing to like say yeah or whatever. You're not gonna say nothing. I'm like, I don't fucking have nothing. They can't that. And then Josh tries to go to the car. Then the car runs him over. Then I get in there, and I think he gets brought back. We go to the get like oil fields later on. You loot some stuff, do some things. Then we go to the tower. That big old tower. We're just up there. Josh was trying to snipe. Wasn't going well for him. There was a sniper I could have used, but I couldn't pick it up. It was just right there. I was like, oh, I could leave it.
Damn.
Then we were just up there waiting, and the people were at then when the circle was starting to close down, we were still up there. They were doing stuff. I think it went. Josh got murked. Then I was getting shot from behind me by a sniper. I was hiding, doing that. Then I went further in and hid in some bushes. And I was just right there. I was waiting for them all fire them firing each other. I'm like, they didn't notice me. I was like, oh, you guys kill each other. I'm just gonna wait. Then the circle started closing right behind me. So I'm like moving forward, doing that. I see one dude. I downed him, and then I tried to get to that. There's one dude behind me. He heard me shooting, so he was right there waiting for me. Like that, he comes out. I try to switch weapons, and then he just kills me. I got down to fourth place.
Damn. Not bad.
But and then that was after that was done. I was like,
Yeah, not
I'm
bad.
like, like that. It wasn't like that. Then he's, then he's, I think it was just time to get off for him, and then he went and did his shit.
Yeah.
But everything's I say the D, was it DZ, right?
DMZ.
DMZ. I say you should do four. I don't know why they didn't let you just three. That's stupid.
Yeah, I know. Like
But whatever.
Battlefield. Yeah.
No, Battlefield is four.
That's what I'm saying. They should do four
Uh,
like Battlefield.
oh, I thought you meant. Anyways, both of them were fun. It's just that freaking, just like that. They're both fun. Little things here or there, just a little tweaky, but what are you gonna expect?
Yeah. Well, that was pretty much everything I've been playing. Unless you got anything else to add.
Yeah, we played. No, we played Halo campaign. Remember co-op?
Oh, that was a big one too. Shit, how did I forget that? So, I guess we can talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we jumped into Halo, me, Junior, and Helen on Hardened, I think. Right?
Yeah, I think that's the highest one we can do right now.
On it? No, that's not the hardest. There's one more.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if Harden is the. It's like the one lowest from the hardest. Whatever the hell it is. I think we need to bump it up a difficulty. I
no,
think we're
that's
ready.
why I think it's kind of a little too.
It seems a little
It's a bit.
easy
It's a
compared to
bit
what.
easy, then kind of challenging a little bit, but not really.
Yeah, yeah.
The only
There's
time it gets anywhere challenging is when you're fighting the either like a massive group or one of the big bosses, and like the like the freaking bounties. Otherwise, it's not that.
so yeah, I think we're ready to bump it up. But Playing the campaign, going back in co-op because I waited. I didn't. I started the campaign and I really didn't get into it at all by myself. I wanted to wait for the co-op, and I'm glad I did. It's been pretty fun. So far,
Yeah,
at least I like it. I know Helen likes it a lot.
I like it.
Yeah,
It's fun.
so it's been really, really good. I like what they did with it. Actually, I wasn't sure how I was gonna like that because obviously I had heard about it. You know how it's not like it's more of an open world kind of thing, and there's like a linear level or whatever. Um, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it at all because I'm so used to Halo being that, but they did a good job on it, definitely.
Yeah. Then the weapon variety, how you increase your honor in order to get more stuff on your fog
Yeah, yeah, and
and
upgrade your
everything.
suit.
So you can go in, get better. You can have guns be spawning there. So if you get like in the bounties, you can get a variant of the gun, a different variant of the gun in there. And then if you're like, oh, here, we're at the fog, let me pick the gun up again because maybe you just ran out of ammo and just didn't find that type of ammo and just said, screw it, I need like another second gun if I can't find that ammo and so forth. I would say I wish that you could use, you know how I wish it would have the grappling hook as one thing and then you could use one of the other things with it, not just all grappling hook or the tracer thing or the shield thing or the, what was the other thing?
It's the motion,
Yeah, there was a tracker one. There was the brings up like a little
the
shield
shield, the
thing.
grappling hook. Shit, what was it?
There was other ones.
I think it's the one we just got, right? It's the newest one.
We got two. Remember, we got like a couple right back to back. Remember?
Can't remember what it was.
Yeah, one was the brings up like a for a thing for you. The first one's the track. It was the grappling hook tracker. That the next one was I don't know. There's other things, but I wish it would let you do like grappling hook and another thing.
Yeah,
But it's still good. Everything now. And then how you can go grab things and so forth. It's been fun.
anything else?
And besides that, I've been playing Assassin's Creed Origin.
Oh yeah, I did see you on
I've been playing that one since it's on Game Pass. So I'm gonna play it, and it's pretty good. I like it. The story is good. The we get to do that map is huge.
that. Really?
Yeah, it's huge. And then little things you can do and everything. The combat, how you fight, I don't really like it. It's weird. It's just like you can like and everything lock onto an enemy. I try locking onto the enemy and then freaking just like trying to fight shield and stuff like that. It's just weird.
Yeah.
I didn't really like it, so I really don't try to really aim because when I try to aim and then try switching something like that, so I'm just freestyling doing that, not even most of the time using a shield. But in that way, you can have two different bows on you. You just have to upgrade yourself in your skills, so you can have two bows. There's like different bows. There's like a hunter, warrior, predator, light one. Like the light one, you can rapid fire, so you go. The hunter one, I think is you can. The hunter one, I think is you can charge it. Or was that the longbow? Some one of those ones. The warrior one is when you can do multi shot. There'll be a bunch of you like do like 4 or 5 arrows and you charge it and then the circle will get lower. So you do that so a bunch of arrows can go out. And then there's the predator one is more for stealth. And if you upgrade that one, you can like if you hold it when you shoot, there you can make the arrow fall wherever you want to go to a certain distance.
Pretty tight.
And like each one you can upgrade it to make it like the warrior has like a big old circle at first and then later on the circle will be much smaller so when it hits them it'll be more all of them hitting them instead of being scattered.
Yeah.
And then you can have two different weapons so you can have like a sword and like a big old like a heavy weapon next one. So when you're fighting something that has a shield, because shield dudes are fucking pain in the ass. Ones with have big old shields on them, because if you don't hit them with a charge shot, they'll just deflect your shit and then try to hit you.
Dang.
And in this one, I like it is too because there's like there's different variants like blue, or purple,
Yeah.
gold, like that. And just say like you really like a weapon, you like their stats on the weapon, you can upgrade that weapon to whatever level you are at.
Oh, that's nice.
So like you get a nice gold one in the beginning. Because once you get a gold one, it won't allow you to like scrap it to get stuff from it. It's permanent.
Yeah.
So either you sell it off or keep it, and then you can upgrade it to further up. So if you really like what it has and like that, the one I have right now is whenever I kill an enemy, I get health back.
That's good.
So if there's a bunch of them, I kick out weak ones. I'm getting hurt. I can just bring it back. And so far, it's been good. The story is good. Everything has been good so far. I had no problem with it. But damn, there's these enemies called the So it's a P pack Lexing, something like that. Oh, those dudes are a pain in the ass. I was like a couple levels above it. I was like, I'm gonna go take this dude out. So because if you're around there, when they come, it'll warn you, go Durr, like horns will blare and say, oh, they're nearby. Watch out, because if they see you, they'll attack you on sight.
Damn.
And I was gonna take one out. And damn, I was just took me forever. He got me down pretty low. Like had to do different shit. I was like using different tactics just to hurt him. I was on the horse. I was like, I'm gonna take it because you're on the horse, you charge and you hit him. Does a lot more damage because you're on the horse and using the momentum, you hit him.
Right.
Like a lot of enemies, I hit them and like more than half their health will be done. I go up and hit him, only like ding, and I hit him with my heavy attack. I went up and went whap, ding. I'm like, oh, this battle's not gonna be fun. And then he has a big old shield on him, so I had to freaking be right there trying to dodge his stuff, then hit him with the heavy thing, so like knock him off there, and then trying to hit him. And I was using my warrior one, two shots on him, trying to hurt him. It was not fun. And there's more other ones that go around. That's like I was telling you when I was playing. I was right there. There's like little statues you have to destroy.
Yeah.
Sarcophagus. And I'm right there waiting in the bushes because if you're in tall grass, you wait, you're invisible, they won't see you. I'm right there in the corner waiting for them. A group stops at the thing. I'm like, oh, damn, leave. Leave. They leave. And another group comes along, pass by. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait for them to leave because I don't want to be like fighting them. Another one, and then I wait for them to leave. Another one comes in from a different road. There was like it was an interstate. It was a three-way intersection, so you can go this way, that way, and down that way. They go that way. Okay, another one come from this way. Go this way. I'm like, God damn it. Then one of those things come
They
along the
probably
fucking
did
with the
that on
whole,
purpose. Probably did it
and
on
then
purpose.
probably because and then the horn blaring thing dude comes along. I'm like, yeah, I was about to run in there and I hear the horn blaring. I was like, oh, no, I'm going back in because he's already that one. He was on a. There's different ones that do. They're at like they have different weapon sets, different stuff like that. He's on a chariot.
Oh shit.
I was like, oh hell no, I'm not fucking fighting this dude.
Yeah,
And he was
not
already
messing with that.
he was a higher level to be way too. I was like, oh hell no, I barely beat the other dude when I was like a couple levels higher than him. This dude would kill me. Hell no. I'm waiting and waiting, and then finally it gets clear. I go destroy it, and then I see another patrol coming back in. I'm like, all right, and I run off in the freaking wilderness. Like it's like, damn, just for this thing. But yeah, but it's a good game. It's a very it's really good game. If anyone hasn't played, I would recommend playing it.
Do you need to play the other ones like previous Assassin's Creed to make sense of
No,
what's going on with it,
no,
everything?
this one is more. You're an Egyptian and you're a magi. A magi used to be
That's
the
that.
protector
Yeah.
of the pharaoh. Back then, he's one of the magi, one of the last magi because he and him destroying him and stuff like that. You're not really, in a sense, this you're not really like in the Assassin's Creed order.
Yeah.
It's just you're the Magi. You're going on for revenge because you go in the story. He begins because when he was doing something, they came to the temple that we're at, and oh, what this box do? Tell us, or we're gonna kill your kid. And he was like, I don't know what it does. And then his kid down there, they tried to do that, and when he was trying to fight one of them, the dude pushes him off, and
Yeah.
ends up he makes him he makes the other dude makes him kill his son.
Damn.
And he's off on the like that, going to killing all the different like that. He killed like him and his wife. He ended up killing two of them. His wife took two. He killed one. His wife took care of two other ones, and then he take care of the one he thought it was at. He goes, "Oh no, this is even a bigger organization. Organization, more pop out." He goes, "Oh, there, this thing is the ancient order. They're trying to overthrow things. Blah blah blah." It just gets bigger than it was. You meet Killer Patrick and everything and everything. So it just goes into a whole different thing. So you don't have to play them in order. But they said if you're gonna say like right now, since on Game Pass, both Origin and Odyssey, they say you want to play Origin because if you play Odyssey first, because Odyssey was the newer one, and then you go to Origin, you're not gonna really like the fighting mechanics because they improved it on Odyssey.
Oh, yeah, I get
That's
it.
why I like playing. If you're going in, if you want to go in chronological order, you would go with I think it's Odyssey first, then it'll be Origin, and it goes in a mix of order
Yeah.
because of the time period and all that.
Right.
And the only other game I think I did Pokemon. I need to beat the last gym, the last champion, dude, and I played Neon Abyss, and I finally got one of the other managers in that.
Did you? Haven't been on that in a while. I still got it downloaded.
I did it one playthrough, and I killed that, but it was the same one. I was like, come on, give me a different one. I played it through again. I had a different one, so I went further. I was like, yes. Yeah, they had it. They have whole different. I like. No, I had more things. Oh man, I had this one gun that gives me spirits, like little sprites that protect me. Anytime you kill, you can load more around you. I had a whole basically I had like I would kill up to seven. I kill people up to seven because they'll give you a chance for each kill. I have like seven, I load it up and I'll just have a ring of freaking little sprites around me.
Damn.
And I'll just keep doing that. So you couldn't even see them individually. Little sprites. They just you just see like a bunch of them like stuck in like into each other going around.
Some of those power ups, they're hella good. I've gotten
Oh
some
yeah.
before that I'm like, what the hell did that say? Like, did that really say that? And yeah, they help a lot. Some of
Yeah, there's some that can mess you up. Like I almost killed myself because I got the popcorn where it
them.
blows the bullets.
Yeah.
But if you get enough of the explosion things, you get immune to it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't that. But I got on the further end, and I was like right there blowing thing, like moving, blowing stuff up. It was just going crazy. Then yeah, I have a pitch. I have the picture of the power ups I had on that one. I'll show you later. But that's besides that. That's all I played.
Yeah, the holiday season's coming up. Well, I mean, it is a holiday season, but we're getting into those weeks before Christmas now. Got a few games coming up, like we were just talking about. Marvel's Midnight Suns. I know a lot of people got mixed thoughts on that. That's one I'm personally am waiting for. That's coming out on December 2nd, and then Dark Tide, I believe, is getting ready to do a full release here. I think that's released.
It should be this. I think it was on the 30th.
Matter of fact, no, I think it was. Oh yeah, yeah, it is the 30th. So yeah, that's coming out really, really soon. 2 days. Yeah, a bunch of games coming out before Christmas here and around Christmas time, and I'm gonna take that week off like I normally do. Hopefully, be able to get a lot of gaming in.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have some things about Dark Tide, so we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
All right,
Um,
then. All right, let's. thinking about it. Let's get into what we need to talk
Yeah,
about.
yeah. So the news. This should go really really quick. Well, I remember I did my these last 2 days of the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I did like last final check to try and get any like big things in that I saw last minute, and literally all I saw was pre-order deal, pre-order deal, I mean not pre-order, Black Friday deal, Black
Yeah,
Friday deal, Black Friday deal, Black Friday. I couldn't even find news really. Everything was freaking Black
yeah,
Friday. So I
yeah,
that's understandable. Probably not a lot of stuff coming out. They're just getting ready for all their sales and everything.
yeah.
All right. This is I'm just gonna mix the quick hits and miscellaneous together here.
Mm-hmm.
So first one I got here, Prince of Persia remake. I know we talked about it before. That's something I
Mm-hmm.
was really excited for them remaking. Now this coming from IGN on November 7th. Prince of Persia remake isn't canceled, but Ubisoft is refunding pre-orders. So basically, what it sounds like is it got put on hold. They don't know when they're gonna get back to it, and so they are refunding people that want the money, that want their money back. That's not really good news. I would say. I hope enough people don't pull their money back out of it to where they say, you know what, screw this, let's just scrap this and go with something different. I hope they still follow through and make this remake because this is one I would definitely buy and replay.
Mm. Yeah, I wasn't much of doing Prince of Persia. I usually just watched you, and then every once in a while you like get stuck or something. I help you out. Besides that, I really didn't play it myself.
Yeah. Next one I got up here is the new Rainbow Six operator. I believe came. I think it came out. Not 100% sure if it actually came out or not yet. This article is on November 14th. I know they had a reveal of the season on November 21st. It could be out by now. Um, I don't even
Yeah,
know the
they
new
did.
operator's name. I didn't even look up his name, honestly. But his ability, this thing is crazy. Because I know we haven't played Siege in a while, but we were playing a lot of Siege at one point. It's a new defender. I want to say it's a 2 speed 2 armor. And so think of him as an IQ, but you could see all the attackers' gadgets and everything, but not just like all attackers' electronics, period. So if Jackal uses his visor to look at footsteps, you see a ping on your little like radar showing where Jackal is. If someone's using their drone, you see the drone ping, and because their cell phone's an electronic and they're on it, you see where they're at. You see the cell phone ping.
Oh damn!
Yeah, I when I saw
That
this, you gotta watch the video for it. When I
yeah.
saw this, I'm like, this thing's overpowered. They're gonna have to nerf this. I feel like it's just like it's way strong. It is way strong.
I think maybe it might ping them, like they can look at it, but once they like look away, the ping might go away, something like that.
You could ping it for your whole team.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's something to basically.
So you know how people usually this might be a thing right here. All right, more well, I mean if you're smart you shouldn't be doing it, but more what do you why can't I remember what they call it? The window
But
peeking or whatever right
yeah,
in the beginning.
yeah,
Um usually like used to do it too. I used to sit on my drone and drone the rest of the map out or try and find people or see where I'm going to go in even after the timer started. So if you just get on your drone and you don't get hidden in a spot, or if you're not paying attention and they run out on you, she'll be able to mark you outside probably, mark that where you're at on your phone, and someone will be able to run it right up and shoot you. Or just if you're not hidden, like I said, the window peek and bust a board and just look out and shoot. Know exactly where they're at. I mean, people don't need really that ping now to know. It's just gonna make it that much easier. It happens all
yeah,
the time now without it. But
yeah. Because I think there's only a couple actually that would probably wouldn't work against. I know Mavericks because his is not electronics. his ability.
Yeah.
I know that there's a couple.
You see
The
the breaching charges. You see those.
yeah, Sledge would be another one you wouldn't be able to see because his is just a big old hammer. On Onyx or Onyx, something like whatever his name. Yeah, him. But I think
He's
he's
a
not
defender.
attack. Yeah, there are certain things and stuff like that. So yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty
Also,
strong.
that means they can see probably Havana's because Havana's thing when she launches her mouth touches the
Mm-hmm.
walls.
Yep.
The only time you know they're there, and when she starts it up, and you hear the shh
Yeah.
like that. On to your thing about that, they released the crossover of Near our series crossover with Rainbow Six. It's from the you dress up Maverick, look like the protagonist of Near Replica version 1.24744871139.
Oh.
Yeah. On that, the bundle arrived on the 21st when they did all of that. The bundle skin included ornament gun skin for the M4, the AR-15.50, and the 911 attack cop firearm. And then they did a universal Grimoire Wessel. It's a weapon charm for that. Also looked like there were in the video they teasing the Yorha soldiers approaching a show easily identifiable footwear of Yorha known 25 types B, also known better be known as 2B from Neurar Automata to be used in the later games like that. So apparently there might be a come out event for him too teased in there for the series next season. So any near our fans and stuff like that would be happy
Yeah.
and so forth. Okay, you keep going.
All right. Next one I got here. This is coming off a Game Bite. Survival horror. Oh, Game Bite on the 23rd of November. Survival horror set in an alien universe reportedly in development. That sounds like it's going to be really, really good if they do it right. Of course, it's always
Mm-hmm.
if they do it right.
Mm-hmm.
According to a report from Insider Gaming, sources provided evidence that an alleged AAA Alien game is set for release on PC and new gen consoles in late 2023. Furthermore, it also has the codename Marathon. Marathon is an interesting and perhaps telling choice for a codename. Obviously, we all know that the concept of a marathon race is to make it from point A to point B. In terms of the race, the fastest time possible is a preferential goal. However, the term marathon can also be linked with the survival horror genre, and I'm not just talking about speedruns. In many survival horror games, you're placed in a scenario that you desperately want to escape from. Take Dead Space and even Alien Isolation, for example. In both of these sci-fi horror masterpieces, you're plonked in a spaceship full of horrific terrors. Your goal at its core is to make it from point A to point B to escape the nightmare, preferably alive. This is what I mean when the term marathon can be in some ways associated with a variety of survival horror games. That's interesting. What they say about the whole marathon word and everything. I'm also thinking,
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to try and make it like an asymmetrical game because a lot of asymmetrical games have been coming out now, and there's still a lot coming out that we've
Yeah.
seen just over summer games.
Yeah, like the one we mentioned last time.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it could be, but I don't know. I think it more would be along the line where, like I said, you from point B to go to point A
yeah,
point B, and so forth. But who knows? They could probably make it like kind of something like that. It's asymmetrical, but at A to point B scenario.
yeah.
So we'll see when.
And that is actually my last miscellaneous. After that, I got one PlayStation. Or
All right,
I
all
got
right. Let me.
two PlayStation.
All right, then let me do my minutes. Okay. I'm pretty sure this one's been saying whatever. Disney Streamlight Valley, which I got off of PC. Usually, all my news is PC gamers or Polygon. Sometimes it's different, but usually that. Disney Streamlight Valley is gearing up for its next update, taking us to Infinity and beyond as part of the Toy Story's 27th anniversary, which just happened on the 22nd.
How
Game
long?
Loft,
27th?
yep, 27. Yeah. With Game Loft announced that Woody and Buzz will be next to join our valley in the update arriving in December. The game's second major update following the introduction of Lion King Scar in October. They did haven't give Game Loft didn't give much of what they're gonna do to it, but they didn't really say what they are. But the most likely it's gonna probably introduce the two new characters. There are two new houses to the things. They don't know how the houses are gonna look and everything. The update will be introduced new Star Pass, Dreamlight Valley, Night version of the Battle Pass, and so forth. And that also the change will look like they're gonna increase. They're gonna do something with the decoration. Right now, it's implying a limit of 600 items, but only limit to unique items. Actual total is much higher, but also invisible, considering the hitting cap includes furniture and spawnable items needed for crafting and quests. Nice to have a more transparent like that. The Toy Story update and Star Pass will revive on December 6th.
Have you played that?
Well, the dream like that? No.
Have you seen anyone play? Have any of the kids played it or anything?
No. I've seen bits and pieces like on like seeing things like that, but I've not played it myself or even watched any of them play it. Or they could have
So,
played it and I've not seen it.
on one of the podcasts that I listened to, one of the guys plays talking about it a lot, so I got interested and I started like listening to him.
Uh-huh.
And it's supposed to be like a Disney version of Animal Crossing.
Yeah, that's
And
what from what I've seen, that's what kind of reminded me of.
it's supposed to be really really good. Everyone that's playing it is saying like they nailed it, like they hit the nail on the head with that one. For me, I was almost gonna pick it up and try it. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to get into another game like that and invest time into something else like that because I still like Animal Crossing a lot and I'm still working on that.
Yeah, it's something if maybe Animal Crossing didn't come out again and that came out, I might have
Right,
went out to
right.
it to see how it goes, but I'm not.
Yeah, I
It's
like my.
already
I'm so happy with Animal Crossing right now.
yeah. So it's not like that. Okay, the another one that you and me are disappointed in. Painful lengthy develop of Deadline 2 can usually be dragged on a battered body towards a ender over and ever moving goalpost. News perhaps surprised nobody. The game again has been delayed. This time, nearly 3 months. It takes the release date from February 3rd of 2023 to April 28th of 2023.
Wait,
In the statements of that.
we
So
talked
about three
about
months.
we talked about this yesterday, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, so they delayed it a bit more. I was like, all right, fuck it. As long as they do it good, then fuck it, delay. It's a delay. Well, we're gonna do much about it.
The
But
good
as long
thing,
as
honestly, I have a good. That was good news for me when I re-saw that news before me and you talked yesterday because my buddy. Wait, I'm gonna talk about this like in a couple more news pieces, but my buddy Adam,
mm,
he texts me and goes, "Yo, are you getting Dark Tide?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'm getting Dark Tide." Looking at all these different games, I get mixed up time to time. You know which game got delayed. Sometimes I mix up the names or the dates that got delayed, and for some reason, the first thing that popped in my mind when he said Dark Tide was that delay back to April, and I'm like, "Oh yeah." I texted him. I'm like, "Yeah, what sucks is Dark Tide just got delayed back to April," and he's like, "No, it's out." And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about? Is there something I don't know?" And he goes, "Well, the beta is out at least on Steam." I'm like, Oh, okay, that makes sense. Maybe the beta's out and the game's coming out in April. Well, like I said before, I talked to you yesterday. I was looking at my last minute stuff. I saw that one again. I was like, oh, it wasn't Dark Tide. It was freaking, um,
Yeah, and two.
yeah, that was who. Couldn't think of it. All right, so I mean, it still sucks, but I'm like, oh, all right, at least Dark Tide's still coming out.
Yeah, I have some things about Dark Tide that you might not gonna might not find very happy about it.
Well, I have some things that aren't very good about it.
Yeah.
But
All
go.
right. The next one is something you know. You know I love Tetris. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the famously tough arcade version of Tetris is being ported to consoles for the first time since its release in 1998. The publisher Hamster Incorporated will release Akira's Tetris: The Grandmaster for PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch on December 1st, as reported by Fansamana via VAGC and confirmed by on Twitter by Akira itself. The Grandmaster is known for its fearsome, rapid increase in draw speed as its first Tetris game to go all the way up to insane gravity, which means new Chernomus about falling about appearing instantly at the bottom of the screen. Players have only a fraction of a second to move and rotate them before they're locked into their place and other appear. The game gets its title from the ranking system, which grades players by ability through 9 ranks, all the way to up to Grandmaster. And like on my Switch, I already have Tetris 99 on that thing, and you can play like against not like basically another 89 people at the same time, and then they can mess you up, do like that. But that Tetris, I still have Tetris on my old Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
And I used to go up like really high levels, but not like freaking. I can't go to like any of those competitions try to fight them. I could probably get up
Yeah.
there pretty decent, but you never know about that. That was that. Also, I think that seemed interesting. All right. We all know Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout Season 3. The sunken secret being has headed to the underwater sea filled with mysteries. The sunken secret goes live Tuesday and will be introducing 5 new theme rounds, all set in crumbling deep sea world. The season pass will give more than 100 new levels, along with costumes, emotes, and celebration, including costumes inspired by everyone's favorite sponge, who lives in a pineapple under the sea. We all know that one. And the new pass will collaborate with Elder Scroll 5, Skyrim, and Ultraman. So SpongeBob, Skyrim, and Ultraman are becoming to this new season.
Damn.
Yeah. And then on tomorrow, Let Get Cracking event will debut on November 29th, adding 2 challenges and handful event rewards. Let's Get Cracking nickname is 100 points. Deep Sea Bean nameplate 200 points. 200 kudos 400 points. The Ancient Alloyed Anchor Wearable 600 points. The Kraken Tentacle Pattern 800 points. The Sand Anchor Wearable 1000 points available from November 29th. On December 1st, all players will be able to unlock SpongeBob, SquarePants, Patrick, Mr. Krabs, Sandy, Squidward costume, along with the Snail Meow, Gary, the Snail theme wearable. There will also be a new imagination emote for everyone for SpongeBob's unfailing optimism. It does not say when exactly. It doesn't go into detail about the Skyrim and Ultraman's in detail what they're going to be and all that stuff. But it should be coming out and what they're going to do about that. Also, this one, we all know about Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt. It will get a it's going to get it's a long time promised next gen update on this December 14th. Developer CD Project Red announced the free update were originally planned for 2021, but saw delays and change of development from Saber Interacted, which made Nintendo Switch versions of the games to a in-house in-house CG project team. The update will add ray tracing and other advanced graphical features in a new native version of Witcher 3 from PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and Windows players will also get a patch that offers similar graphical improvements.
Hmm.
The new version of the game will come with both the Witcher 3 expansion, the Heart of Stone, and the Blood and the Wine, all previous release update content, and a new DLC pack inspired by the Witcher the Witcher Netflix series will be a physical edition on a later date. So Witcher 3 is getting a all new thing for the next gens. All right, this one, which saw this kind of surprising. It's not something we played, but Remedy Interactive has confirmed that they're working on a sequel to the stylish science fiction action game Control for PlayStation 5, PC, Windows PC, and Xbox Series.
You said
The sequel
Control.
is Yeah, they're doing a sequel for Control.
Couldn't get into that
The sequel is only at an early concept stage, and it may take a while as the series game developer Mikhail Kirschmont, I butchered his name. Sorry about that. But to bit mildly, the most exciting project I've ever been working on. That's what he said. Apparently, this game is it's pretty well funded, as Remedy says, with the weird symbol sign 50 million in intended budget in intended develop budget. I think that's pounds, 50 million pounds. So it has a lot. It has a pretty good budget.
one. It's a lot of weight.
Yeah, but set in a co-developing and co-publishing argument with 505 Games, will publishing the original game. Remedy will be publishing it on PC, while 505 will handle the console release. The game will be built in a Finnish development in-house Northern Light engine. So Remedy is going to be doing the PC one, and 505 will actually handle the console. Since they're the one who made the console, that I
Right.
wouldn't be surprised. All right, and that is all for my miscellaneous.
All right. Got a couple PlayStation here.
All right, I got one.
All right. First one. This is IGN November 15th. If you haven't heard yet, that Horizon Call of the Mountain pre-order trailer is out. The game's gonna be coming out for VR2 on February 22nd, 2023. So you can head over. Let's see if it. Usually it gives me websites and prices. I'm sure it's out on like Amazon, probably the PlayStation Store, of course. You can probably go pre-order there.
Mm.
Next one I have up here, Razer unveils their $250 PS5 controller with offset sticks. Um,
Damn.
so the offset stick, it's supposed to make how the PS5 or the PlayStation controllers, they got both their sticks towards the bottom. It's supposed to offset them like an Xbox controller.
Oh.
Um,
Eh.
there is a trailer here. I'm not gonna post this up to Facebook because I'm pretty sure I posted this a couple times already in the last like month up there. Um,
Okay.
I did want to say, but I gotta say about this: $250. That's a high price for a controller. Controllers
Yes.
are already highly priced at $70. If you're serious into gaming and you're like a tournament player, probably you probably already have a $250 controller, if not more. If you're thinking about getting into it, what I can tell you right now is I love the Razer controllers. I cannot speak on any of the Razer controllers for PlayStation, but the one for Xbox, the Wolverine. I know they coming out, or they have come out with the Wolverine 2 for the Xbox One. Um, it's my favorite controller by far of all time, and it's a really good quality made controller. I've had it and used it a shit ton, probably for like 4 or 5 years now.
It's you.
Some close to that. It's got to be.
Yeah, because you got that. I say a little before I got
When
my headset.
well, when we started playing like Rainbow Six too, because I wanted those triggers,
Yeah,
and that's
about the
been
same time when I got my Steel Series headset.
yeah
So after that,
we've been playing Rainbow Six for every bit of 5 to 6 years. So, um, I've I'm still using it. Like I was talking about in the beginning of this, I've been playing Cyberpunk. I've been using that Razer controller. That still does great for shooters, and I love it. And if it ever breaks, I will buy another one. That being said, when that one was brand new, before they came out the V2, I believe that one was 160, 165. That was a little hard for me to bite the bullet when I did get the controller and I had it in my hands and I was using it. I thought it was worth it, every dollar of it. I was playing a lot of hardcore shooters back at that time, a lot more than I do now. And now I just use it for even like casual games too, not even hardcore shooters. Um, but now I think you can get it on Amazon for like little over 100, which to me is, like I said, still a good price. If mine breaks, I'm going straight there and buying one on Amazon, no problem. 250. Like I said, I can't speak on this. If you're a person, for one, that doesn't like the offset sticks and you like your sticks in line on the PS5 or the PlayStation controllers, this isn't the one for you. Uh, and like I said, what I liked about the one that I have, it has 6 mappable buttons. So you got 2 on top near your 2 back triggers, and then you got 4 actually underneath the controller. Um, what I like about that one better than what they came out the V2 that they changed for the Xbox one is where you plug in your headset. It had the like volume buttons, like a mapping button, a mute button, a couple different like options you could do on the controller right there at the push of your thumb. They took that out, I think, probably to make the controller a little more compact and lighter. And I actually like having those buttons, so that's why I would go back to that. I don't know how it's set up on the PlayStation controller. Um, on this one specifically, I see a lot of people. Like I said, when I had posted it, a lot of comments were saying people were saying that this is ridiculous. It's way too high. Like I said, this isn't. I sometimes if I'm playing a game like Fall Guys, I don't pick up my Razer controller, and I'm not playing my Razer controller to go and play Fall Guys. I'm just using my regular freaking Xbox controller because all I'm using is the stick and like one button to jump, and I think the R button to grab. Right. I'm only
yeah,
using 3 freaking buttons on the damn controller, so I'm not gonna bust out my Razer controller. It's got all these extra buttons on it. No, this is gonna be definitely more if you're like a serious freaking gamer, maybe a streamer. The Razer controllers, I know, like a lot of Elite controllers are like the exact same thing. The one of the reasons that I didn't go to the Elite controllers that Sony or Xbox came out with is I know, starting with Xbox, a lot of the Xbox Elite controllers, and I had 2 buddies that had them. They were having a lot of problems with them. If you go online and look at the reviews of those old ones, the old Elite Xbox controllers used to have a shitload of problems with buttons going out and not working and stuff. So that's what made me choose the Razer one. But just like those, they have interchangeable sticks. You can interchange out the D-pad buttons. I believe on the new one, you can even like set the tension, I want to say, for the sticks. I might be wrong on that, but you can do, it has a ton of shit you can do to them. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. If you can find one less than 250, it's probably worth it. Like I said, the Razer ones have been really nice and worked very well for me. But that's all I got to say on
like me, I can do either or. I've gone through all the early developments of different controllers, so to me, it's like I really don't care.
what gets me from time to time, especially with shooters, because every time I do play a shooter on Xbox, I am using that controller. I don't use a regular one. When I switch to another game and I don't use that controller, if I'm trying to do something really quick, just like out of reaction, I'll go to hit those back buttons and I'll just grab the back of the controller. I'm like, oh shit, there's nothing there. That gets me all the time.
Yeah, like that. Anyways, we better not let Tony know about that.
Yeah, actually, the controller is not out yet. It will be released on December 31st. It connects to the PS5 or PC via a USB A dongle that allows for an ultra fast 2.4 gigahertz wireless connection, and pairing it with the Razer app allows for further customization of features including stick sensitivity, button mapping, and lighting effects. Pretty cool.
That's not worth for that, especially since I don't even have a PlayStation 5.
Like
I'm
I
not gonna
said, if
spend
you're
half
a
of the.
yeah, if you're a hardcore gamer, really like maybe into the tournament scene, then this would probably be worth it. You said stick
Maybe.
sensitivity. That's pretty cool.
Mm,
That's the first I've seen of that.
eh. You know me. I can make any controller work, so I don't care.
Yeah. Okay. That was my last PlayStation.
All right, then I got something for PlayStation, but this is for all the people who have extra. PlayStation Plus extra people, which will get this on that begin on the November 15th, will be getting we'll be getting Kingdom Hearts title, the HD 1.5 plus 2.5 remix from 2017, the Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 final chapter prologue from the same year, and Kingdom Hearts 3 was launched in 2009, and also the rhyming rhythmic action spin-off of Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memories, which was launched in November 20th. They'll be getting all those. They also will be getting okay. The next one they'll also be getting for them. We'll also have access to Tom Clancy's Division 2, which is a good game. Also, they will be also getting the subscription extra. We'll also be getting Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, which is always a big hit. Elsewhere, subscribers will also get Chorus, which is the gameplay we have praised. That Chorus, you know the one I said. It's on
Yeah.
Game Pass already. I was talking about that one. That one also there too. And what remains of Edward Finch? That also too. Also, if you have not completed the one of the complete of the Skyrim, they'll be getting the Skyrim special edition too for that as well. And the other one, let's see, round out the extras, the new offering, they are offering Earth Defense Force, World's Brothers, Earth Defense Force Iron Rain, and one Cabra Orange, all for PlayStation 4. Premium subscription, we all know who has that one. The premium subscription will be getting access to 5 Ratchet and Clank titles, all original launching on PlayStation 3, which is Ratchet and Clank, Ratchet and Clank 2, Going Commando, Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, Ratchet and Clank Deadlock, and the Ratchet and Clank Future Tools of Destruction. So, yeah, those are all the new games will be coming out for that. And if you have not already added these to your library, you're still able to get Noah 2, and Lego Harry Potter's collection and everything bonding still. So if you have not gotten those yet, you just have to have the PlayStation Plus original to get them. So you don't need the extra or the premium. So you can still get those before I think in a couple more days. You have a couple more days left, and that's it for my PlayStation.
All right. I got one Nintendo Switch here.
I don't
So,
got Nintendo Switch.
all right. So this is the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet news that I had, and it's funny because at first I just assumed when these were coming out because they're Pokemon games and these have not been bad since I don't know how long ago. Um, that this was just a good one. That's what I assumed. Everyone was doing good, and I didn't really look too much into it. Well, just recently, I mean, the last like week or so, I started seeing stuff that this is one of the worst Pokemons ever. And then I was listening to a podcast earlier today. Well, I listened to a few today while I was at work, but someone confirmed it on there, and I trust those guys because I listened to them a bunch. But they were saying that pretty much what I'm seeing is a lot of it is like it just got released too early, a lot of bugs, a lot of glitching out and stuff like that, and sometimes it's game breaking and sometimes it's not. And I guess the thing that's also making people mad is just how they're handling it. Um, this is an article from Nintendo Life on just this last Friday, day after Thanksgiving. Uh, so some of the comments, I guess, is going around on the Pokemon subreddit. It says Nintendo apparently knows just how serious the issue is. It says, let's see right here. Someone looks like this is a comment from somebody in the subreddit. I got a refund from the eShop last night of Violet after feeling the game is not in a state I feel acceptable for a AAA release. The rep actually told me that given the situation regarding the state of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, she would elevate my case to ensure the refund was approved. It was approved an hour later. The fact that the rep knew the issues I was talking about means it's getting attention. This is one of the few things Nintendo Game Freak will be forced to notice. Then there's also another one. This was on Twitter, and this is a response they got from. It says the Nintendo Contact Center Europe team. We're sorry to hear you are experiencing difficulties with Pokemon Violet. We know that this won't be the answer you were hoping for, but for a variety of reasons, we are unable to provide refunds for Nintendo eShop content purchases. We tried to make sure this was clear before the transaction was made, both in an agreement you accepted as well as on screen just prior to completing the transaction. Read through the complete text of the agreement for all of our current systems. So it looks like some people are getting refunds and some people are not getting refunds for whatever reason.
It looks like anyone in the Europe one is not getting refunds, but somewhere else is.
Yeah, I don't. Doesn't say where that first one was. Yeah, I don't say.
Uh,
I don't say anything about that one. I just said it was in the Pokemon subreddit.
hmm.
But yeah, who knows? I mean,
That's
it doesn't matter if it's Europe or not. All the Nintendo companies should be operating under the same policies as you would think.
yeah, but it depends. You never know. Uh, I've seen different glitches. Heard about different people little glitches and stuff like that. But from what I've seen and like that, I didn't hear anyone bad. Our buddy Josh, not the one that's appeared on here, other one. He got a copy from one of his friends to borrow, and he's been playing it.
Damn.
He from what he's seen and played, it has been he's been liking it. He hasn't had no problems with it.
Hmm. Maybe it's just here and there.
Yeah, it's like how everything is. It's maybe someone like that. Like in the beginning of Sword and Shield, there was a big bug in that one where if if something happened, you end up losing your whole save data.
Damn. Yeah, no, I'm happy I waited on it though, because if it is having stuff like that, and if the internet nowadays ain't roll out updates and stuff, so I'm happy that I'm gonna take my time, get through Pokemon Arceus, and people are saying, from what I've been hearing, a lot of people so far have liked Arceus better than Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna take my
I,
time, I think, and not rush through it like I did with Sword or Shield, whichever one I had. I think Shield I had.
you had
Um,
Sword.
oh, Sword. Yeah,
I ended up
I'm not
playing
gonna rush
Shield.
through it, but
Yeah, but I've seen things about it. But they're saying since it's an open world and co-op, it says it's better if you play with co-op than just by yourself.
oh, okay. That's pretty cool as co-op. Shit, I didn't know
Yeah, it's
that.
open world co-op. That was pretty good. And also, it doesn't take that long for you to end up playing this co-op. He was saying it's like you just play 30 minutes and boom, you can play co-op.
No, that's nice.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's good
Yeah, no
compared to
kidding.
some other ones.
Yeah. All right. I do not have any Xbox, so if you want, go ahead and do your Xbox, and we'll do the PC.
Yes, I have one
Yeah.
Xbox. I have the Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass lineup. Here's some of the ones. I'm just going to mention a couple of the ones that are more bigger hitting. Gore, which is for cloud console and PC, was on November 22nd, which was about 6 days ago. This one, Insurgent Sandstorm came to cloud and console.
Yeah. Saw that.
Yeah, you guys were always talking about that. I was like, oh, then we might be able to do that
Might
on that.
might have to check that out. Yeah.
Yeah, and then our one we've been waiting for a while is Warhammer 40,000 Dark Tide would be on November, but it will only be the PC for on Game Pass. And there'll be a couple games will be leaving at the end of this. And the ones I'm going to mention, there's more, but the ones I'm going to say is Final Fantasy 13-2. That one's going. Mortal Shell is going to. And Warhammer 40,000 Battle Sector as well. There's more, but those are the more big hitter ones, I think. All right, that was it for that.
All right, do the last section here for movies and TV shows, PC. All right, so going back to that Warhammer 40,000 Dark Side just started off.
Yep.
Also, been hearing that this thing has been having a rough beta. And people have actually been getting refunds and stuff back on this, I guess, because a bunch of bugs and stuff. Some of them game breaking. It doesn't. I don't see what it is in specifically, but it just says bugs and performance issues. Um, there is. It says Steam has been refunding. It's the beta is up on Steam right now for $39.99, or you can get the Imperial Edition for $59.99. Um, it looks like they are refunding. Like I said, if you guys are having big issues with it, but what they also said in this article is that your progress, they're going to carry it over from the beta to the regular game. So when it comes out, you'll still have everything that you progressed in. I think I'm going to wait until the regular game and watch a little bit of this on Twitch. When this comes out and see how it is. If it's got a lot of bugs, I think I'm not sure.
Mm.
Kind of worries me that people are getting refunds for it if it's that bad.
Yeah, but who knows how bad for everyone? But
Yeah.
on that notice, as they had said and everything, unfortunately, at least at launch, Fat Shark has definitely confirmed that every potential platform of Dark Tide will be soloed off from one another. So basically, as they said, and one of the questions they asked is, will Warhammer 40K Dark Tide have console crossplay? In a word, no. As posted at as Fat Shark official support website dated on November 14th stated that we appreciate the value of crossplay and cross save. However, for launch, these options will not be available. At this time, we were not able to comment on when or if crossplay and cross save will be available. So basically, through consoles, you cannot do crossplay or cross save.
That's fucking whack.
Yeah. And the next question they ask is, does the same thing have crossplay between Steam and Game Pass? Also, firmly no. Back in June, a Fast
Jeez.
Shark employee responded to a Steam forum post on the subject, writing, "We're not saying it's not possible or not being explored, but we're also not going to say yes in day one. We like we like the idea of it, and we're exploring it, but don't expect it."
Jeez.
So even that you can't. And their next question in this, which I got this off of PC Gamer, will crossplay ever come to Dark Tide? It's unclear. Dash, I will not hold my breath as it being a priority for Fact Checker though. Both of these posts leave the door open just to a smug of the possibility, which language that hinges. I can see it being a year. It could be a year, two, three additional if the game maintains a steady player base that keeps it asking for it. As before, being able to add Xbox / PC crossplay, Dark Tide actually has released on micro console that we do not know when that will be happening. Was delayed, when Dark Tide was delayed to November 30th on PC earlier this year, Factor said Xbox will follow shortly after. That will maybe early 2023. So right now, you can only either be on Steam or PC or Game Pass. So if anyone we know it's on Steam cannot play with Game Pass on Game
Yeah.
Pass as well. But if you already have it, and then it can't be cross save. So even if you have it on Steam, like, oh, I'm gonna go play it on. I can play with them
Yeah.
without that. You start over.
Yeah, better just to wait anyway, I guess.
But see, we're waiting, hoping, but see how that's gonna go now.
All right. Next one I got here. The excellent space fighter sim Star Wars Squadrons is free on the Epic Store. This is from 3 days ago. On the 25th, day after Thanksgiving. And it says, so it's going to be this week, the week we're recording of, or week of the 28th. For this whole week, it's going to be free from Epic, so you can go grab it into your library there.
Nice.
Next up, they got Aspire 2. Aspire 2 is a VR first person stealth game that is built from the ground up to raise the bar for VR games. Tackle the game in multiplayer with the co op campaign, utilize unique gadgets, and give voice commands to distract or interrogate your enemies. Aspire 2 is available today on MetaQuest 2 and MetaQuest Pro. So that was November 17th, a couple weeks ago.
Ooh, that's
Uh,
cool. That's co-op.
yeah. What's not cool is it's not coming to PlayStation VR, which I think Aspire 1 was on PSVR, I want to say. Um, but
Maybe
yeah,
I'm not
that's
sure.
that.
All right.
And that is my last PC.
All right. I got three more. One, Pandora Interaction has unveiled a new addition to its surviving series of a bad situation management sims, and one is more sinister than its predecessor, Surviving the Abyss, with players in charge of a research lab at the bottom of the sea. Yeah, that's where the best place to have shared shit to happen.
Yeah.
You want to be at the bottom of the sea, where they will have to build and manage facilities while managing the needs of its inhabitants. That sounds innocent enough, right? But there's one thing about games like Bioshock, uh, Simone, Stirring the Abyss have taught us that nothing good ever happens at the ocean floor. Yes. Like every other movie that happens at the bottom of the ocean floor, never good. Yeah, so they just do that. The Steam page for Surviving the Abyss really makes it clear. Is improving life and progress of your facility by researching advanced technology. Sounds like good. Keeping your population sane, obedient, and alive as you expand your base and discover secrets of cloning and genetic research. Sounds like, well, that's good. Surviving Abyss is available for wishlist on Steam now and slated to launch into early access on January 17th of 2013. My next one is, if you have not known or know, Battlefield 2042 was added to EA Play and Game Pass Ultimate subscription when season 2 began a few weeks ago. They announced it in order to try to get more people back into it, basically. That's what they were saying, which we'll see how that goes.
I
But
want to jump back into it. I'm ready to get back into that one.
yeah, I play that, but I'd say they should have freaking. Now they added to EA Play and Game Pass. They should have just done it in the beginning
Yeah, I should do that a long time ago.
like that. But oh well, there's been some struggling like that. The whole the gameplay and the stuff like that wasn't bad. It's just the level was bad.
Right.
It was just it just gave a far advantage to one or another,
Yeah.
and that. And my last one I just saw today. Me and Jordan saw today. This one is from PC Gamer, like I said before. Starship Trooper Extermination. Starship Trooper is an upcoming squad-based co-op SPS that puts players in the boots of the deep space vanguard of elite special forces group of the mobile infantry, which has been sent to the planet of Valakar or Valakir, whatever it has to it, to stomp out the horde of bloodthirsty bugs. The game will feature three playable classes: assault, defense, and support, and five unique Arcanan enemies, which will launch into early access next year. The player will do a battle on a massive map with five unique zones, constructible defenses slash like walls, towers, and sort of things. Different mission types that will unfold over the scaling ground war. Servers guarantee civilians and also unlock new weapons, equipment, perk for each class through game character progression system. And in this one, it is so it's up to 12 players working together in a four-person squad, which promise to give big bug battle appropriate scale, a sense of scale. I don't think Starship Trooper also particularly good movie, as the person wrote this said that. I said the movie was good. I liked it,
Yeah.
but each to its own. Yeah, Starship Trooper Extermination being developed by Offworld. Oh, Offworld. Oh, I like that company. Offworld Inter- uh, Industries, which known to be a thing or two about making co-op shooters. Also, Steel Behind Squad. The co-op military SB was launched in 2020 after 5 years of Steam early access. And if they're from, like they said, they're makers from that studio. Squad is a good one. Me, Josh, and Tony
Yeah.
have played it. It's really good. And if it's like that, it could be anything like that. That would be a good thing. But looks like it'll be in some teens years, sometime next year. And from the pictures that they have on the thing, I'll post on the thing later on. It looks pretty cool. The bugs look like the bugs like that and all that. We'll just have to see. I like it. That's up to 12 players and it's a four-man co-op thing. So even if you have like a group of eight, boom, there you have that, and then four other people on
Yeah.
one thing. You guys be talking and all that. So
Yeah, that'd be sick
um,
if we could pull that off and get a full team.
full team of 12. I don't know if we can do that, but we can get
We get
maybe
close.
close enough. But that'd be good enough because there's not a lot of games where we can everyone can get
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's see. It's gonna be on Steam, so we're gonna see how that goes. And that was it for my PC. Yes.
All right. Well, since
Before
oh,
entertainment, I got one thing of mobile.
oh, go ahead.
Pokemon Unite developers Timson, Tim I, something like that. Studio Group,
Timmy.
and it's TIMI. So Tim I.
Timmy.
Yeah. Comcast are team up to create a new Monster Hunter game for the mobile device. We
Oh,
do not have a lot of details on the game just yet, but according to developers, it will be reproducing hunting actions that defines the Monster Hunter series. Is still offering mobile players a unique experience, and a new release said. The new title will be the first time Comcast has worked with the studio. Timso Studio is the subdivision of the Tencent Games, also known for creating Pokemon Unite, which we need to get on that too. The online multiplayer game that adapts to the MOBA formula to the popular monster catching franchise. Per release, the aims to create a game that will cater to the seasoned Monster Hunter and newbies alike. That could be something
yeah.
like that, and plus they'll be helping that from the ones that made the Pokemon United, so they probably can. All right, that's it I have.
Right. Getting into TV, movies, entertainment. First up, we have here this off IGN on November 7th. Gears of War movie announced on Netflix alongside adult animated series. And I feel like the movie we've heard about for a while, but I did not know about the animated series coming out with it. So that should be probably pretty
What was it again? Sorry.
cool. Gears of War, when they
Oh
announced the
yeah, the kid.
movie and then they announced the animated series coming along after it.
Yeah, and they explicitly said adult.
Yeah, yes, that is true.
Oh no, because it kind of has to be adult
Except for
for
Gears of War, just with the blood and gore that it should have alone.
yeah, yes, yeah. They
All right, next up we got also IGN November 10th. A Snoop Dogg biopic is in the works from Wakanda Forever writer and Dead Presidents director. Um, this should be pretty interesting to see. I'm kind of excited for this to come out because Snoop Dogg, that's around our era when we were younger,
Yeah.
and um, I just saw Wakanda Forever, which I'm gonna talk about after we get through all these, and it was a pretty good film. I have opinions on it as far as yeah, I have opinions on it. But I mean, getting the writer from this should be kind of promising. Um, and some of the biopics that have come out when we were younger about some other people that we know and other music artists that I've seen, some of them were pretty good. So I'm hoping that this one turns out to actually be something pretty good and worth watching. Next up, if you haven't heard, real quick, Margot Robbie says her Pirates of the Caribbean movie is canceled. A lot of people are laughing at that in the comments and saying it's, of course, because of Johnny Depp and the whole thing that went down and why he's not part of Pirates of the Caribbean anymore. Um, I hate to say it's so. I mean, I really don't know. I did kind of laugh when I saw it because I remember when that whole thing was happening, the whole court case and everything, and everyone was saying in those comments watching that thing alive, like, oh, there goes Pirates of the Caribbean, there goes Pirates of the Caribbean. And I'm like, they'll find a way to do it still. And then this this comes up. So I don't know, maybe there goes Pirates of the Caribbean. Next up after that, we got two major horror movie powerhouses are getting ready to merge. This is November 18th from IGN. And the two that we have getting ready to merge are going to be James Wan and Jason Blum are reportedly in advanced talks to merge their production companies Atomic Monster and Blumhouse. That could be really, really good if you're a horror movie fan. If you guys don't know, Atomic Monster has movies behind them like Annabelle, Conjuring, the newest Mortal Kombat in 2021. Let's see what else here. Aquaman. And then Blumhouse has Black Phone that recently came out. Halloween Ends and Halloween Kills, which those weren't two of the best, but I gave my opinions on those. I got Insidious, The Purge, Get Out. So yeah, a few different movies from both of those studios that may be merging to create one super horror movie.
Hmm.
And my very, very last one. Netflix appears to be developing a AAA PC shooter at New Game Studio. This is on November 23rd from IGN. It says Netflix appears to be developing a AAA PC shooter at its new LA studio led by former Overwatch producer and Blizzard vice president Chaco Sunny. As reported by MobileGamer.biz, the aptly named Netflix Games Studio is looking for a game director with experience in shooters to work on a brand new AAA PC game. Akin to Overwatch, it will seemingly be a live service game as Netflix asks for extensive experience in this department. Um, that's interesting. I wonder what they're going to come out with. I feel that was it. Who's the company that did Valorant?
Valorant.
Yeah, because I feel
I'm
like
looking up right now. Valorant. Riot,
Riot.
developer and poster.
Okay, well, Riot didn't break away and make like their own studio just for this, but I thought Valorant was a very, very good one. That's kind of Overwatch-ish, Counter Strike. I guess it's not really Overwatch-ish, depending if they go that way. There's different roles and stuff. More Counter Strike-ish, I guess Valorant is. But
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I kind of compare it to. And I feel Valorant was a really, really good game.
Yes.
So I wonder
I
what they're
agree
gonna
with
come
that.
out. with to make this relevant and make it even better, especially because Overwatch 2 just came out. You're going to make an Overwatch game. I think Overwatch is the leader in the Overwatch kind of games, or at least right now.
Yeah. That kind of formula of that really where Overwatch has it, and then any other one, there's already a dominant one in the other category.
Right. But all right, that does it for my TV movies.
Yep. I'm done.
Oh, you don't got any?
No, the only thing I had was the Guilds of War.
No, all right. All
Yeah.
right, shit. Well, that's it. Um, two things. I did watch a TV show. I did watch a movie. And well, I'll start with the movie since I already mentioned it. But the new Wakanda Forever. What I said about this, me and Helen kind of talked about it. I wish Nick and Josh, or at least Josh, or someone who knows comic books or something, was here to confirm this stuff. But I'm sure this conversation will be brought up again in the next episode.
Hmm.
I thought it was a good movie, entertainment wise. The action was cool. I thought it started off kind of slow for me, honestly, because it was a long movie. It was almost a 3 hour movie. I
Yeah, I
think
know. I
there's
remember.
I think the start of it was just a little long leading up into it. Um, I and my girlfriend Helen, who doesn't really know comic books either, or the main story, like the real story about these characters, that
Mm.
well, and she said the same thing. I want to know if anything that happened in this movie was actual part of like the comic book origin story or whatever, like something that really happened, or if this was just a movie as like a filler to replace a Black Panther with his sister in the movie. Because besides the fact that it was like good entertainment wise and all that, I feel like not a lot of what happened mattered. And to me, that made me care a little less about it because I'm not super into the comic book, so I don't need to get every single piece of this. But one thing that got me into watching the Marvel movies that I thought was cool was the Avengers and how all these different separate movies of Hulk, Thor, it showed how they end up becoming the Avengers. Like it shows all the puzzle pieces how they fit. And so with this Wakanda Forever, the new one, I was kind of trying to find where this puzzle piece fit, like where she fit in as the Black Panther and where she's going to come into this. And sometimes, like in an end credit scene, they'll add in a different character. Like I forget which movie it was. It was one of the Marvel movies, and that in the end credit scene, like Ant-Man came into it or something like that, and we're like, oh shit, okay, so that's how that ties in. And so I was trying to find that with this one and I couldn't do it. So to me it felt like it was just a movie that they made to justify her being the Black Panther and to make a buck. That's what it seems like. But like I said, I want to talk to Josh and Nick and those guys who read these comic book stories and know all this lore and find out what the truth is behind that. That was my opinion in it. And then, huh?
No, I said yep.
Did you didn't watch it, did you?
No, I didn't watch it, but
Oh,
I
okay.
know in like comic book wise certain things, but not much of Black Panther.
Yeah.
But even from what I remember in Black Panther, I don't remember Black Panther ever giving up his role to his like that, but that could be in there, and I just don't know about it.
Yeah. And so the second thing was, and I told you about this, Junior. Um, I know I'm way, way late on this. I'm way behind, so this might not even be relevant. But I just finished Book of Boba Fett like 2 weeks ago or something like that. And when me and Helen had started it, we finished it within like 2 days, I think. We just binged the shit out of it because it was so damn good. If you have not seen Book of Boba Fett yet, go watch it. And she even really liked it, my girlfriend Helen, and she isn't the biggest Star Wars fan. She hasn't even seen all the movies. She's seen episodes 4, 5, 6, and then she's seen episode 1. Those are the only movies she's seen as far as TV shows go. She hasn't seen any of the other Star Wars TV shows, and she was still able to follow it and pay attention. So if you're thinking you need to watch everything else first before you watch this, you really don't too much. There's a couple of things I think they reference back and talk about, like what happened during the movies, or we'll go back to it, or you'll see some of the characters. But other than that, for the most part, I think she
Hmm,
got mostly what was going on, and it was good. It was really good,
that's good.
and that's all I got. I think. Anything else, June?
Besides that, let's see. Movies. Did I watch any new movies? No. Anime. Just been watching one of the ones that was in the manga. Now it's an anime, which was. It's basically it's like he's it's back then he's was in a party where it's the hero's party. He was trying to help him out, but they didn't really appreciate him. He was a tamer, but they didn't really appreciate what he did and shit like that. So they kicked him out. He was all like sad about it, and then he was like, ah. And then he started going. He saved this, and then in this certain thing, there's like ultimate species, which are like cat people, dragon, folk, fairies. I think there's other ones, but those are the that he saves one of them, and they make a contract with each other. And when making the contract, because cat people are physically, I want to say they're just naturally stronger. They're like faster, stronger, and everything. So while making the contract with that, he in doing so, he was bestowed like her in a sense like her power.
Yeah,
He was now physically stronger, faster, and so forth. And they're like going through the thing like, man, you can like to him all the stuff he has done as a tamer because as a tamer, usually you can only tame one animal.
yeah,
So like if you tamed a fox, you couldn't tame multiple foxes. That fox is the only one you can tame until you end that contract and made with another one. But him, he's able to make multiple contracts in different ones and like in different animals and species all at the same time. And for them, they're like, "How can you do that?" He goes, "Oh, all tamers can do that." And they're like, "No, you can't. Not all tamers can do that." But apparently, he came from a village that were mainly tamers, and there was different tamers in there. There was tamers that did animals, like we'll say animals, and there was ones that did bugs and so forth, and like that. His village was destroyed by a demon. He was the only one that lived.
yeah,
So to him, what he did is like normal. While other like the friends he meets on, he meets another dragon, a dragoon, basically kind of, or drag. It's something like that, and he meets more of the ultimate species and so forth. And like, man, no other chambers can do that. What are you talking about?
yeah.
And so forth like that. That one I was watching. Then I was watching the other one, which that one I really don't know the name well. The other one I do. That one was a manga too that I was reading. They made it to an anime, which the Embassy of Shadows, where this dude is basically he was he was on the opposite side of the spectrum. Not like, oh, here, like here's Red Ranger, here's blah 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 blah. He was more on like the shadow end. It's like the dude that lurked in the shadow, kind of like in a sense like Batman,
Yeah.
in a sense like that. But it was always for them, and he trained himself. Always being he wanted to be the not the main character, but the side character. But everyone thinks he's the side character, but he's actually the main. But he's like the buff side character, but they all think he's just the side character. That's how he portrays himself and shit like that. He learned martial arts and stuff like that. And then he ends up he was trying to always trying to make himself stronger. Like, oh, then if a nuclear attack happened, I can't beat that, and so forth. It gets weird. It's funny but stupid at the same time. He dies like in the cliche of a lot of manga if you read where one person dies and he goes to a fantasy world. He usually it's almost like the same thing. They get killed. They always get killed by trucks on. Basically, they always get killed by the truck. It's a current theme. Supposed to be funny. That's why they call a lot of people will call it trucks on. Yeah, that's what he did. He ended up getting killed by a truck. He goes to where there's magic and he learns more, and then he makes the embassy of shadows. And then when he finds this one girl that's all corrupted and everything, and made it so she wasn't corrupt no more. She's actually it's a young little girl, and she has like elf ears and stuff like that. And then in there, he was trying to make him look like the embassy of shadows, the dude that lurks in the shadows to hunt the shadow.
Yeah.
And then in his mind, he makes up a Diablo cult to tell the girl to just like that was his fantasy thing. In actuality, he doesn't realize, even though the story goes on, there is a Diablo cult. He tells that he saves other girls the same thing because they're the hero descent and they did stuff to make it they corrupted the blood and stuff like that. And he keeps going on like that, but to him he's like I don't know why they keep like after a while. He's oh they played long enough because they leave him after a certain time. They go to expand themselves, get more information, and so forth like that.
Yeah.
It's all that's about time they weren't gonna play my little thing, my make believe anymore because it was just make believe. But in actuality, what he said was actually true. There is a Diablo cult and all that shit. And it's just
Damn.
it's funny what happens, and then he goes along, and then he's always trying to he make himself a backward character. So he gets friends. They're background characters basically. His friends, supposedly his friends, but they're like idiots, extreme idiots. They're like in the low end. They're the weak kind and stuff like that. They're just idiots. Trust me. And then they always make up like he always make scenarios and like oh here he lost the game of who gets the worst test scores has to ask the most beautiful girl in the campus out,
Yeah.
and then he tells them like he goes and does that and suppose and that, and then where it gets up to a point right now in the anime is where the school gets taken over by terrorists by the Diablo cult, and then the because they could use magic and like that. They use a thing where they couldn't use magic no more, and the president tries to defend them, but the other people can use magic because it makes it so it cancels out the magic of their side basically, so forth. And it breaks the sword, and he goes like, "No, you." He goes and dodge. He pushes it away. He gets, in a sense, supposedly killed. He did that because to make himself the background, just as an act. The girl, the president thinks is, oh man, he did that for me. Why he did that? Like kind of like in a sense, later on falls like has a crush on him now because of that. While he was just did that because oh no, you're not gonna steal my limelight for that. He just like stupid shit to make himself a background character. Like in that earlier sequence, there was a tournament. He was facing the president. He was fighting. He's OP. He's strong. He's OP. He can easily beat everyone there, and there's no problem. But he just stays himself as a background character so that not to draw attention to himself.
Yeah.
So he's doing that, and then he makes it so that he gets hit, but he has like a, like in the movie they have like like blood capsules,
Yeah.
so they would bite down and make it look like they're bleeding. He would do the same thing, and then he would get hit and be knocked down like in a weird position with blood, like profused blood coming out. He's like, no, I can still fight, and do that and get knocked back again in a different another weird position, and he like keeps going until the referee says, man, you're gonna die. You can't go no more. You're in. You can't keep on. Like, but I still have another three. I still have 39 more positions to go. Screaming. And they're taking him to the hospital, to the nurse's aide supposedly. And then they try to, in a sense, like, oh, you have to go to the doctor. But he's like, oh, the doctor's not gonna find nothing wrong with me just because there's no injury.
Yeah.
He's not gonna go. It's just so many like stupid shit like that happening. And even though that's progressed, he just still thinks that the double cult is something he made up still, and they're still playing along with his game. He still doesn't get that. It's funny. It's like funny in a different sense and all that shit.
That
That was
sounds
that
like a
when I
pretty
was
good one.
yeah that was watching that one. Waiting until the other ones that I've been watching go to a new season. Waiting for the other ones to go to a new season. They went up right now. They're on one's up to 9, another one's I think 8 right now. But they all have manga. There's other ones I think coming out as well later on. Like other ones I've seen and stuff like that. Just watch that. I haven't really watched any movies.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, then
Well, I think that
that's
does
about
it.
it. Yeah. And we're gonna do the golden, golden
Oh
joystick.
shoot! Good thing you said something. I almost forgot about that. All right, we're gonna run through these real quick because I gotta hurry up and get ready for bed here and take a shower still.
Yeah.
All right, so we had the Golden Joystick Awards 2022 that happened. I don't even know what day it was. Sometime last week during Thanksgiving week. Not sure
Yeah.
exactly what day it was. And basically, they did show a couple trailers, but they kind of do their own award show. It's one of the longest running ones. Or I don't know if I did say it's the 40th anniversary show. So they've been doing this for
Yeah.
40 years since 1982.
Yep.
We got 21 awards here. So let's start with number one. Best storytelling was Horizon Forbidden West. Still
Yeah.
playing award was Genshin Impact. Best
That one
visual.
had a lot of them. That
What?
one had a lot of them in there.
A lot of them did. The best visual design was Elden
That
Ring.
one was a that one was a tough one.
Yeah. There was a
That
lot that
one,
were tough. There were some that I was surprised they got it too.
yeah.
Studio of the Year was From Software. Best game expansion was Cuphead The Delicious Last Course. Best early access launch was Slime Rancher 2. Best indie game was Cult of the Lamb.
I knew that was gonna win when that one was
I don't
mentioned.
even know what that is.
It's the Cult of the Lamb is the one I've mentioned multiple times. It's with little lamb. It's like you think it's all cutesy and like that, but it's actually demonic. And
I
the
don't remember
villagers are
that.
like all happy, but they're all like weird demonic shit's happening around there. It's supposed to be cutesy. It's not like super demonic things like happening, but it's still demonic. It's cool. I seen it. It was like oh cool little like weird fun game. To me, it was
Yeah.
cool.
All right. Next up, we got best multiplayer game. That also was Elden Ring. I don't know how that one got best multiplayer
Yeah, for
game.
comparing for all the stupid
Yeah.
shit that happened in that, I was hoping I would thought it was either gonna be I was thinking either was either multiverse, Teen Titans Wonderland, or Ninja Turtles,
Yeah. Really.
but not Elden Ring. But man,
For best audio, it was Metal Hellsinger.
nah, I'm not surprised with that one.
Best game trailer was Goat Simulator 3, the announcement trailer.
I seen the Go trailer. That was just
Yeah.
funny as heck.
The best game community was Final Fantasy 14.
Nah, well, I knew
The
that one.
the best gaming hardware was the Steam Deck.
Nah, I'm not surprised with that.
The breakthrough award was Vampire Survivors. Let's see. Critics' Choice Award was Elden Ring.
Mm-hmm.
The best performer was Manon Gage, who played Marissa Marcel in Immortality.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo Game of the Year was Pokemon Legends Arceus. PC Game of the Year was Return to Monkey Island. PlayStation Game of the Year was Stray. Xbox Game of the Year was Grounded.
Ah, heck no.
Mm, yeah, I didn't think so either. Most wanted game was Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
That one was a hard choice.
And then the final one, the ultimate game of the year, they gave it to Elden Ring. Kind of not too big of a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm not gonna go through all of them, but a couple of the game trailers that they did show that were ones probably to check out was my first one that showed Sherlock Holmes: The Awakened.
Yeah.
Should be coming out in early 2023. It is from a Ukrainian studio. It's going to be coming out to Switch. I'm not sure if it's coming out to all
Yeah.
Xbox, like Xbox One. It is
I
because it just
know.
said
I'm
Xbox.
agreeing with Yeah, I'm pretty sure usually when they say this Xbox or PlayStation, it's probably going to both.
Or yeah, so it's probably Series XS and hopefully One X or One also, and PlayStation. Hopefully PS4, PS5. It just said PC, so I'm not sure if it's coming to Epic, Steam. All it said was PC, and then
Game.
it can be pre-purchased on GamesPlanet.com right now.
Mm.
And the other one was Ship of Fools, which is already out now on Steam, PS5, Series X and S, and Nintendo Switch. That looked like a pretty fun one to play with a friend.
Yeah, the other one I say was I seen I liked was
Oh,
the Have a Nice Death, the early access to Steam.
right.
That one looked like a little fun one, but we'll see.
All right. So that pretty much wraps us up now.
Yep, that wraps us up.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Sixth Street Entertainment.
Yep,
Again, make
yep,
sure you guys download at Spotify, iHeartRadio, Odyssey, and Apple Podcasts. And
yep.
we should have another episode, hopefully with Nick, so we can talk about a few things we had or a few questions that we had tonight here. Hopefully, Nick can help us answer them. And I want to hear all about that fan expo and see what that was about. Nick said he was gonna. I told him to take a bunch of pictures and videos and stuff for us so we can put them up on the Facebook. So hopefully he did that and he's got a bunch of content we can put up.
Yep. Yep, that would have been a nice one to go to, but shit happened. So
Yeah. All
you and
right.
me
Huh?
didn't have that. Like you and me wanted to go, but stuff
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, I'm way too busy right now. I wouldn't have been able to make it happen. And good thing I didn't. Like I said, with the whole plumbing thing, that would have sucked.
Yeah, come home. Your thing is halfway flat. You just see like so.
Yeah. That would have
You
been
would
the
have been like,
last thing
"What
I
the?"
wanted to see.
You
Um,
were like, "Nope, we're going back to FanCom."
yeah. All right, you guys. We'll see everybody in 3 weeks. The weekend
Yep,
before
yep.
Christmas weekend. Until
No,
then,
that's good.
have a good next couple weeks.
Yep, yep. See you guys next time.
All right, later.